Welcome back, everybody, to our autumn tribute to the American Family special. Let's talk now about family traditions.
And Beth, they could be as simple as eating a certain dish at Thanksgiving every year, or maybe playing the same game after dinner at family gatherings.
Now today we're going to talk about some useful hints, tips, and suggestions on making every occasion more enjoyable and creative.
Let's welcome to our show Rochelle Lulo, Creative Director for American Greetings. She is also a relationships and etiquette expert. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
And thank you for having me.
Now, if you are an etiquette expert, I want to ask you, a lot of people, when it comes to the holiday season, they're thinking about all these traditions they want to maintain, or maybe they want to create, but they start thinking of how difficult it might be. How can you how can you help us make it more efficient and less stressful to try to create something special for our family?
Well, you're talking about tradition, and tradition is the things that you do and the people you do those things with. So start with a list. Then you can put together the people that you want to stay in touch with, the gifts you want to be shopping for. That'll help keep you on track. You can also start early. It's an important point. And the earlier we start, the better things are for all of us to be able to enjoy the holidays. And then you can start maybe even creating some new traditions. You might want to try maybe a baking party. There's going to be good things that are going to come out of that for everyone.
Right.
Maybe even a neighborhood block decorating party, so that everybody can sort of partake in all the things and lights that are out in front of the houses together. You can turn them all at the same time and enjoy it as a group. And to make it pleasant for everybody, maybe rather than a full meal, try appetizers. Quick, easy, and lets you enjoy what you're doing as well.
What tips can you give maybe someone like me or out there when they grab the card and they just don't want to say, okay, I love you, Christy. They want to add more. What kind of tips?
Well, it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes, especially how do I even start? But if you put music on, for example, that kind of helps set the mood a little bit. Look at some old photos. Maybe that'll help rekindle some memories that you may have. If you start making just descriptive phrases about things you like about that person, and do it in a rough draft. Do it in a very easy, relaxed, comfortable way. You've got it all put together before you put pen to paper.
Now, one thing that I love is sending the greeting cards around the holidays. I call it a Beth box. Anytime that I feel blue or feel down about something, I open up my Beth box and it's all the holiday cards I've gotten over the years. So why is it so important to kind of make this a tradition, to send these holiday cards to people around the time that people kind of need, some people need the extra cheer?
Well, people use that sometimes in decorating their homes, but also because there's something that has something meaningful for them. I know someone who once had a favorite Christmas card, brings that out every year. That has become a tradition. It's the time of year that you can tell the people that mean the most to you in your lives how much they do mean to you, and that's important. So there's easy ways to be able to try to do that. There are important things that you want to do to stay in touch with family and friends. It's all about relationships, and they become keepsakes that people treasure for a long time.
And they do, Beth, because I can go to my house, my mom's house, and I'll open her drawer, and every card I have ever given her is in that drawer. And when I turned 40, which you're not even there yet. Forget this one. When I turned 40, I got so many that were making me happy that day because it was a tough, tough day for me. And as I look at the cards today, they've really evolved, haven't they? What do you have here today?
They have. We've got some wonderful cards. And cards have over time become reflective of what's going on around us. American Greetings in Cleveland, Ohio, that's where the company is based, is very much in tune with look and language of the times. If you go back in the 100 years that American Greetings has done this, they start with the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. It looks and says something very different. So in order to be current with trends, to talk to consumers, to focus on relationships, to be innovative, that's a very important part of what goes into making greeting cards.
Now, I hear you talk about relationships and the bond that can be created through card giving. I have to ask, because women, we are emotional beings, and we're all about...
And that's okay. That's a good thing.
And it's a great thing. We have a ton of emotions, and we're trying always to keep these relationships going. I would imagine that women are your top consumers.
They are. They are our primary consumers. Men are involved too.
At Valentine's Day, right?
You knew that, didn't you?
They need to send a card that day.
Because women are actually the ones who are out there to nurture those relationships, and they want to keep building those things. It's important to them to maintain them, especially with husbands and boyfriends at that particular holiday. But it is important throughout the year, and particularly at this time, as a traditional part of the holiday time. That's where greeting cards play an important role. We could even look at some of the cards.
Sure, absolutely.
Let me show you a couple of things. Let me read one to you.
We want a really good ooey gooey.
Yeah, let's get an emotional one.
I think this one might be nice. Think about something like this one for your mom and dad. Mom and Dad, whenever we get together, the laughter flows, the stories never end, and the feeling of family fills my heart with so much love.
Aww.
At Christmas and always, there's no place like home.
Oh, that's
Reminds
wonderful.
me of Dorothy. There's no place like home.
And there's things that we put on cards too that almost make them handcrafted. They have some texture to them. They're dimensionalized. There's fabric attachments and stitching and things with bells on them as well. So try this one.
This one here?
Happens.
All right, let's see, Beth.
Jolly Christmas.
Oh, we're bases.
It's the best time.
You guys are good.
Oh, I love this one.
This is another music?
That's another one. Try that one.
Let's see.
This is beautiful. Another Christmas. Look at this. And it's Judy Garland. Little Christmas. Can you imagine getting this?
That's beautiful.
From a friend? This is what I'm going to send you for Christmas. Surprise!
And when you're 40, I'm going to send you one that I got.
I'm going to need it. I
And
can
I
already
bet you'll
see
keep it too.
Yes,
because
I
it's
keep-
something to treasure, and especially with a special note in there that you might write to Christy. There's going to be something that's very valuable to you and meaningful.
It'll
to
go
you.
in my Beth box. I keep all the cards that I've gotten since I was around 16 years old. You'll be in my Beth
The
box.
pressure is on for me to find the perfect card for the Beth box.
We've got one for you, I assure you.
Now, all of these are awesome, holiday, Christmas cards, but this is our Thanksgiving special. So, why start with these cards now?
That's a good question. It's a good time to start because you've got your long holiday weekend. You can make good use of this time. The earlier you can start this, the more ahead you're going to feel, the more you can relax and enjoy the holidays. A couple of little things to keep in mind. Make good use of your downtime. If you're waiting to pick up the kids from practice, if you're waiting at the doctor's office or the dentist's office during lunch hour, if you can break this thing down and do a few each time, 5 or 6 cards, breaking it down is a much easier way to accomplish this task. You'll feel wonderful about it. The most important thing is to take the time to stay in touch with friends and family. That's what it's all about.
Rochelle, thank you so much. This has been great. We really appreciate it.
Well, my pleasure.
You have a great holiday.
Thank you. You too.
We've loved having you here. Now, if you want more information on where to buy American Greetings, beautiful cards like these that you've seen here, and tips on writing the perfect note.
It's easy. You just go to their website at corporate.americangreetings.com.
And coming up next, what sweet vegetable ranks #1 in nutrition when compared with all other vegetables?
I can smell it already. You're going to tell us, right?
Yes.
All right, stick around for that. And are you ready to be jolly again?
You bet.
Okay, here we go.
Holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. That's a deep song.